Hidden deep within the barren expanse of the Nevada desert lies a place the world was never meant to see. A place wrapped in silence, protected by shadows, and guarded with a level of secrecy unlike anything else on Earth. For decades, the United States government insisted it did not exist, but the truth was never under our control. Welcome to Area 51. For more than half a century, the official position was simple. There is no base. There is no research. There is nothing here. But despite the denials, satellite images, military leaks, and eyewitness reports continued to paint a very different picture. What is really happening beyond those restricted fences? Why does the government fear transparency so deeply? And what kind of technology could possibly justify this level of silence? To understand the enigma of Area 51, we must start at the moment the mystery began. In the summer of 1947, something fell from the sky near Roswell, New Mexico. At first, the military issued a shocking statement. They had recovered a flying disc. Newspapers exploded with the headline. But hours later, the story changed. Suddenly, it became nothing more than a weather balloon. This abrupt contradiction ignited the spark of suspicion that still burns today. At the same time, hundreds of miles away, the government quietly took control of a remote, dry lake bed in Nevada known as Groom Lake. Barbed wire fences appeared. Warning signs were posted. Armed patrols began circling the perimeter, and an entire region was erased from civilian maps. Something was being built, something no one was meant to see. Throughout the 1950s, pilots and soldiers began reporting lights in the sky, performing maneuvers no aircraft of the era could explain. Instant accelerations, sharp right-angle turns, silent hovering. Each time, the military dismissed the sightings as misidentifications or atmospheric illusions. Yet the phenomenon continued. Then came the Cold War. As tension between the United States and the Soviet Union escalated, secrecy became a weapon as crucial as any missile. The newly formed CIA needed a location far from prying eyes, a place to test aircraft that could gather intelligence without being shot down. Groom Lake was perfect. Here, the U-2 spy plane was born, an aircraft capable of flying higher than any missile could reach. Soon after came its successor, the SR-71 Blackbird, a machine so fast that even today, few aircraft approach its speed. These projects required total secrecy. Every success, every failure, hidden from the world. But even among these extraordinary vehicles, there were reports of prototypes that behaved unlike anything engineered by human hands. And then everything changed in 1989. A man named Bob Lazar stepped forward, claiming he had worked just south of Area 51 in a facility known as S4. He described 9 disc-shaped craft stored in hangars built into the side of a mountain. He spoke of a propulsion system that manipulated gravity itself, not through combustion, not through fuel, but through bending space-time. And the power source? A mysterious material he called Element 115, which, at the time, did not exist on the periodic table. He claimed the technology was not American, not Russian, not human. And then something strange happened. Records of Lazar's education vanished. Employment files disappeared. Colleagues who once knew him suddenly denied ever crossing paths. If his story were fiction, the easiest thing to do would be to ignore him. But instead, they erased him. Why? By now, Area 51 had grown into one of the most secure locations on the planet. Motion detectors hidden beneath the sand, infrared sensors stretching across the hills, remote-operated cameras disguised as rocks, patrol units known as camo dudes monitoring every movement with militarized precision, and above it all, a restricted airspace so heavily enforced that even military pilots required special authorization to cross. This is not normal security. This is obsession. Former contractors describe hangars with doors so thick they could withstand a direct explosion. Technicians recall being assigned to isolated tasks, never allowed to see the full picture, a compartmentalization strategy used only for the most sensitive operations on Earth. And more than one former employee admitted witnessing aircraft that moved with silent, fluid precision, as if unaffected by gravity. Over the years, strange lights have been seen dancing above the base, brilliant orbs accelerating across the sky, objects stopping midair before shooting upward in a blink, lights swirling silently in patterns no aircraft can mimic, and all of them directly above Area 51. In recent years, satellite imagery has revealed something even more alarming. Area 51 is expanding. Massive new hangars, longer runways, unknown structures appearing overnight, large underground entrances carved into the desert floor. If humanity discovered a way to bend gravity, it would change everything. Perhaps that is what they fear the world is not ready for. The government maintains the same stance it always has: national security. But silence is a message. The desert does not hide myths, it hides truths. And the deeper you look into Area 51, the more one realization becomes impossible to ignore. Something is there, something extraordinary, something the world was never meant to see. This is not the end of the investigation, it is only the beginning. Because the truth always finds a way to surface. If you want to continue this investigation, subscribe to the channel. New chapters are coming.